Hey there guys, welcome back to Chelsea Explain, as this is your match review after Chelsea getting a fourth consecutive victory under Rosenior, and we defeating Wolves 3 goals to 1 at their ground. And it's safe to say they going down. It will be very difficult for them to turn the season around, and this game had a lot of positives to take from. The game was there was two different halves, where in the first half we looked brilliant, stunning, fantastic urgency and tempo, and then in the second half we turned off the gas a little bit. But I think we did that because we have been chasing so many games lately. We chased in the Napoli game, we chased in the West Ham game, we chased in the Arsenal game, having our back against the wall. And there's a lot of games coming thick and fast. There's such a tight schedule for the players. It's just getting worse for every season. And it takes a lot on the body as well as for the mind. So it feels like when we were leading 3-0 early and getting into the second half, it feels like the player was kind of having a relief that they can finally relax a bit and go down into second gear. And I can see the both worlds, that is maybe not so great, because that gives the opponents a chance to turn it around. I just think it came natural today because of the recent fixtures we have and how those games have gone down. So I can understand why we dropped in gear and just saw up the game, because we already have a game on Tuesday against Leeds, and next week again we have a game in the FA Cup against Hull. And then maybe we have a brilliant opportunity to rest some of these guys that can never get a rest. I think I said on Enzo Fernandez, I played basically 13, 14, 15 games consecutively without getting subbed off. We're gonna have to give some players a break at some point. But what I really liked about this game was that Rosenior set us up in this offensive sort of 2-3-5 or 2-2-6 structure, whatever you want to call it. A very attacking offensive structure we saw in the second halves against both West Ham and Napoli, and that allowed us to turn the game around, because there was simply too many players in the attack for opponents to track and mark. And this setup can be a bit risky. Obviously, it can be risky if you're facing top clubs. Then it's maybe better to sit in possession in this 3-5 system, and then you're only changing to this setup if you have to turn the game around and throw in the kitchen sink. But when you're facing a side that is completely out of form, like Wolves, who will sit back in a low block, be very compact in the center, and leave the flanks a bit open, you need to take advantage of where the space is. You need to get players further forward. It will be just so wasteful to have another player back defending counters. So I really like that Leandro Senior allowed Gusto and Cucurella to push up. Cucurella was the one that was advancing a lot more, stretching the width. And Gusto could at times drop down in the midfield, help in the build-up play, and then he could make late runs in the half spaces with underlapping runs, which is very, very difficult for opponents to stop. So in terms of the tactical setup, especially in the first half, I'm so happy with that Leandro Senior deployed this offensive system, because as he has been speaking about, he wants to be brave and take risks. He wants to play entertaining football and get fans off their seats. And this is the type of system that allows you to completely overload opponents, both in the middle and out on the flanks. And then the second half was what it was. I think it was just simply the nature of how the latest games has been, and the players just went into second gear. We're scoring 3 goals thanks to Wolves giving away two clumsy, very clumsy penalties. But maybe we forced that as well because we were so direct with vertical passes when we had the chance to do so. Jean Pedro brought twice, and Cole Palmer steps up and deliver from the spot both of these penalties. And then he's completing his hat tricky in just 25 minutes. It's a cutback pass from Cucurella that we have seen before from maybe Garnacho Neto when they have been in a similar position. Cole Palmer is in the box, and this time he slotted it home and not squared it completely and missed the target. So this is much needed for Cole Palmer for his confidence, so that he also can gain momentum now ahead of the games we have coming. In the second half, Wolves managed to pull back a goal on a set piece where we weren't concentrated enough, focused enough. I guess it is what it is. I'm going to let it slide today because I can understand if the players are mentally and physically fatigued, and we were leading 3-0 and we were always gonna win this game. I also think we have other great performances out there today from Caicedo. I think he was the second best player after Palmer, winning literally every single duel, both on the ground, in the air, so many interceptions, and he's just getting better and better in in the build-up play and in possession. I also think Cucurella had a great game. I love how we utilized him, and he's very good at knowing when to time his runs and look up and find a teammate, and that's why he was awarded an assist to Cole Palmer's third goal. João Pedro also fantastic. I mean, his hold-up play is absolute elite, and he's just continued to grow and grow. Even if he didn't collect a goal or an assist, I think he was still very useful. And there's also other players that were great. Andre Santos, the backline in general. Gusto Neto had an okay game. I still want to see better decision making and execution from them. Sometimes Pedro Neto often finds himself where he's second guessing. His decision making needs to get better. I think when he stops and starts thinking of what he's gonna do, everything just goes wrong then. Garnacho, the Lap, what can I say? I mean, they're not in form whatsoever. I'm very sorry that I said Garnacho was gonna start. I wish I could take that back. I would rather have Neto on the left hand side than we can have Estevao as a right winger. It was really weird that Estevao didn't got any minutes. Garnacho, just every decision he takes just goes wrong. If he's going to dribble, he slips, or he getting tackled. And when it's going to pass at teammates, he misplays it. The Laps hold us play is nowhere near João Pedro, but at the same time, maybe that's not his biggest strength. I think the Laps' biggest strength is to press and have his sort of body towards the opponent's goal, where he can move in behind and attack through balls. But when it comes to being utilized in the build-up play in tight spaces, make quick decision making, have that great first touch, so you then can make layoffs to nearby teammates. That's something that needs to improve. So what I've seen so far from Garnacho and the Lap, I'm not content with. I need to see more from them. So we see if they're gonna improve. Let me know in the comments down below, both in terms of who your man of the match was, and also let me know what you think of Leon Rosenior's more offensive attacking system that we saw today. Is that something you want to see in coming games, or do you think it's too risky? Let me know that. I will happily read that. If you're new here, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my page, and hit that notification bell down below when Chelsea explain this out. Bye.